So the first step is to embrace him and ask him to come in, right? So inviting him. And you can do that through a few ways. So one, I would use his image. And as I mentioned before, if the image kind of is hard for you to take in, then one, either he's just not your guy, or it's something for you to get over. It's something for you to get past and rise to the challenge of, okay, I'm maybe I have some certain preconceived notions of what, how scary this looks or how gruesome this looks, and I don't want to look at it. But in reality, this is your life. In reality, this is your demon. This is you over here in devotion, hopefully. And then this is Narasimha being your savior and destroying your demons to save your life. And once we get this image as relatable and reality for us, life does get gruesome, right? Is your suffering any less pretty than this? No, it's not. Your suffering is this. Maybe you're just not willing to look at it. In which case, maybe it's time to look at it. Maybe it's time to look at how much you're suffering and how much you're allowing your life to be, how much you're willing to let yourself bleed out in life. Like how much we're bleeding out every day in our misery, in our own lack of compassion for ourselves and for others, and allowing suffering to continue to happen. That's what this is. And if you have a hard time looking at this, maybe there's denial, right? Maybe there's some denial in place. But that's what I, am coming to understand and love about this image so much, is that it is our life. It is our life. And yet we connect with this being. We connect with this being, the one has all these weapons, the one who has a crown. He's royal. I think he's beautiful, right? He's protecting. He has these snakes, Adi Shesha, the snakes that who can protect. All of these weapons. This is the being you want on your side, right? In order to deal with this, in order to remove that suffering, in order to then be the full embodiment of Prahlad, which is purity, which is abundance, which is you don't need anything else if you have God. Look at the boy, this innocent, beautiful boy here is wanting to put a garland of flowers over Narasimha as Narasimha's destroying the demon. He's not fazed that this was his father and that now he's completely covered in blood and Narasimha has his intestines around his neck, right? He's not fazed by that because he's only focused on the Lord. And when we only focus on the Lord, this is what can happen. The Lord can do our work for us. The Lord can do our work for us. And that's what Narasimha is going to do. So first is to make your connection with him, and do so by having pictures. You can have a statue if you want. You don't need that. We have beautiful statues. We have beautiful statues. They're 5 metal statues that you can purchase. So picture, statue, just something that's a 3-dimensional way for you to relate to him, to bring this relatability into your life. So that's one. Okay, inviting him and having some 3-dimensional form that you can look at and embrace. The second is to hear his words, hear his sounds. And this is the mantra that Dr. Pillai recently gave. In fact, there should be a link below this video where you can get that mantra. And it's a new mantra, and it's so beautiful because Dr. Pillai didn't know we were recording him. He just closed his eyes and started singing the Ukram Biram and then adding the English translation to it. And I just slid the recorder over and recorded, because that's what made it so special to me, I think, is because it was Dr. Pillai's own praise of Narasimha. And then after Dr. Pillai opened his eyes back up, he said, it's really important to understand what the words are saying, understand what that prayer is. And so that's what you can receive, the Sanskrit and then English in Dr. Pillai's voice. So you want to invite him, you want to have some sort of three-dimensional form that helps you relate to him and understand him and connect with him. You want to hear the mantra continually, and then you want to pray. And this is where the urgency of what would you like to have removed right now from your life? What would you like to have destroyed? What is needed at this moment? And then you pray fervently. You always be praying, right? So that those are the steps to bring Narasimha into your life.